I say, Barrington, good news.
More action, sir?
Better than that, my entry's been accepted for the Monte.
Oh, whiz, sir.
You realize that when I become a millionaire, there'll always be a job for you, at my side.
Thank you, sir.
In a junior capacity, of course.
Of course, sir.
I think you know the toast.
I think so, sir. The toast is the Monte Carlo Rally.
The Monte.
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 The Monte. The Monte.
So the eHex pHex ratio has just plummeted in the last couple of hours, and we have gone from 10.2 to 1. So that's 10.2 eHex to 1 pHex, down to 5.2. So DrH, the CryptoPractor, that is me. I'm here to give you the crypto investing strategies for beginners. So if you're new to Monaco or you're new to crypto, come on in, take a seat, jump into the driver's seat, strap yourself in, because I've got quite a show for you. And it has been a while since we've done an ad hoc or even a planned show. So welcome, come on in and just shout out on the chat there. So if you just come on in to say something, just shout me out to the chat. Now I'm on Eastern time, so it's actually 12:40 in the morning. So for those of you in Australasia, listen to good old Somi and KDP. Then there's going to be about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Back in England, if you're up, it's just coming up to 6 o'clock in the morning. And on the other side of the country that I'm in, the other side of North America, on the Pacific coast, we're just coming up to 20 to 11. So welcome. If you're in here with me, welcome. And so what's going on? Why has this happened? What's going on? So let's just get to the evidence. And I am throwing myself around quite a lot on my screen, which I don't normally do, but I think it warrants it tonight, because not only have we had a very pleasant pump over the last 6 days, most of the Richard Heart products are up between 10 and 20%. But in the last few hours, we've had a massive pump. I was just getting myself to bed and I just checked out me. And yes, I'm going to swear, I just checked out my CoinGecko, because I do like geckos. And yes, I know CoinGecko is a centralized entity. I don't buy or sell anything on it, but I just find it super useful just for me to get a quick flash in 10 seconds of what's happening to my portfolio or things relative to my portfolio. So let's just have a quick look and see what is going on with CoinGecko, or we could call it CutGecko in certain parts of the world. So there we go. So here we are on CoinGecko. This is my particular portfolio. It isn't any of my holdings, although there are numbers here. They don't mean anything. They were set up a long time ago. So what we're seeing is Ethereum is just over 3,500. It has increased probably about 10% over the last 2 weeks, but it's been moving sideways the last few days. Nothing really happening. However, the Richard Heart products, which I do follow closely, I am a huge friend of Hex, both flavors. I swing both ways. eHex is up at 0.0046. That has actually doubled in the last few hours. We can see over 7 days it's gone up 51%, 40% in the last 24 hours. So that has been a big jump. In fact, let's have a look closer. We can dive in, and this is one of the reasons I like CutGecko, because you can just dive in and see what's going on. Now, for those of you that don't read charts, and this is a beginner show, so if you're a bit more advanced, then excuse me, but you may learn something, may not, or you may be able to teach me. And if you are able to, just if you have got a point to make, do throw it down in the chat and I'll get back around to it. So we can see this massive spike has happened between 9 Eastern, which is like 10, 11, 12, 2 o'clock in the morning UK time, so 9 Eastern up to bada bing. Yeah, it just happened. So it reached its peak half an hour ago, actually an hour and a half ago. All right, so that's 11:15 Eastern. Okay, so why has this happened? Now I'm wondering, actually, for those of you guys that watched the show before, I actually gave another ad hoc statement when I was talking about this phenomenon, which is, if you guys remember, the most recent pump started about a month ago. This is the theory I put out. One of two theories. what's happening. Either it's an eHex whale that's suddenly buying a dump, is buying a ton of eHex and pushing the price up. That's theory one. So kind of competing with Richard Hart, who had that famous kill tweet on the 16th of March. So it could be an eHex whale who wants to go against the grain, to go against Richard, and is pumping that up. Okay, that's one theory. And in response to that, the pump that we had about a month ago, after that happened, eHex happened, then all the other products went up. The pHex, the PLS, the PLSX. The other thing it could be, of course, it could be Richard Hart using eHex as the blue touch paper to light the explosive pump. Okay, now why do I say that? eHex is much lighter than pHex in terms of liquidity. So the low liquidity means it's harder to get in and out of as far as getting your value in and out of the product. But what it does mean is that it's much easier to move it. So it moves. The percentage increase is massive. Everyone sees that, wants to get in the ecosystem. They start jumping in and pumping the other products because they believe it's time that things are taken off and that the OHE has actually pumped it. So it could either, as I mentioned, be a disgruntled whale, eHex whale, or it could actually be a Richard Hart or the OA, the entity that is under the control of Richard Hart, or even under the has been put together by Richard Hart, not necessarily controlled by him. They could be using that as a tactic to pump the rest of the ecosystem. Now, what is this show? Why am I here? Why am I talking to you? If you guys are here for the first time and you're thinking, who's this guy in the middle of the night? He's not normally here. You're right. I am not. But welcome. Come on in and let's see what else we got. So what is the premise behind what I'm doing here, or the premise behind Monte Carlo or bust, I should say?
The premise of Monte Carlo or bust is that we are taking 1,000 US dollars and turning it into some real estate in Monte Carlo. Now, the experiment started on the 12th of September 2024 as edutainment, not advice. I show you my investment strategy for beginners in action. For context, to buy a car parking space in Monaco costs 290,000 euros or 315,000 US dollars. And a 2-room apartment will set you back 2.1 million euros or 2.3 million US dollars. So let's get going right now.
Okay, guys, so that is the premise. And just going back to CoinGecko, let's see what we got here. Yeah, so we're back to CoinGecko, back to the main page there. And this is just to see, we've got the Pulsex, that's moved up 3.8% the last 7 days. Actually moved up a lot the previous 24 hours. I think it increased by 10%. Post-chain, we can see the figures there. Okay. Post-chain's increased 7%. It's 3/4 of the way to the SAC value. Pulsex is halfway to the SAC value. The SAC value of 0.0001, which isn't everybody's SAC price. For example, for Post-chain, I got in late. My SAC price is 1.4 as opposed to 1, and for Pulsex is 0.68 for me. So I'm like 2/3 of the way to my Pulsex SAC value, and actually 3/4 of the way to a Post-chain. So things are recovering nicely in my portfolio bag. Okay, so what else? Then this is Hex on Post-chain. This is what I'm currently excited about. So it's 0.24. So in other words, 2.5 cents for 1 pHex. I'm going to divide that by 0.00464, which is just under 0.5 cent for eHex, and that brings it to 5.2. So 5.2 eHex for 1 pHex. Now, why am I excited by that? About 2 months ago, when I gave you that very first premise, or not that first premise, the theory, those two theories that of why eHex was being pumped, I decided that there was going to be some swings up and down, or I didn't decide, I guessed, I speculated. And as always, this is not advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. And we're going to get to the Monte Carlo wallet in a second. I'm going to show you the Monte Carlo wallet. So we started with 1,000. You guys are going to be pretty pleased to see where we are now, especially those of you that have investments and value in the Richard Heart ecosystem. So, yes, so as always, this is not. Are you not entertained? There you go, guys. So sorry, that says 5 p.m. Usually I'm on Sunday at midday, but because of work commitments, I can't do that. That's why I'm just jumping in now in the middle of the night after I finish working all day and all night. But there you go. 18 hours a day, that is a dream. I used to dream of just working 18 hours a day, like my friend saw me. Okay, so carrying on. So this is the point. So we've got 5.2. Now, why is that relevant? It's relevant for a couple of reasons. Now, I don't ratio trade, okay? And ratio trade, for those new to crypto, is where you basically have a bag and you're comparing it with another altcoin, and you're trading from one altcoin to another to try and catch the highs and the lows. Well, the trouble is there's way too much volatility. The volatility is shockingly high in crypto, especially in altcoins. So to do that is to put your neck on the line and to put your bag on the line. In other words, to put the wealth of you and your family on the line. And I don't do that. However, what I do is I liquidity provide. Okay, now what that means is you have two different coins, and those two coins you lock together and you put them in a pool, and that allows people that aren't you to trade backwards and forwards between those coins. As one coin goes up, you start to suffer impermanent loss. Okay, so if the ratio changes, when the ratio changes, you suffer impermanent loss. And now what you're hoping is that you get a pair where the oscillations around the mean, or the kind of average ratio, it oscillates around that mean, and as it does so, and as the trading happens, you make money. And now it's gone back to my ratio, my original ratio of a month or 2 months ago. I've got all the records of the days that I set up this liquidity pool, and I'm going to show you guys. I may have to take a short pause while whilst I get that set up. I just don't want to completely dox myself. So let's see what we've got. Actually, I should be able to do it on this thing here. I should be able to do it on this screen, because it doesn't look like you guys are seeing everything on my screen, which is good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually look at the liquidity pool. And then after that, we'll check out the Monte Carlo or bust wallet to see how we're doing as far as making $320,000 from our original $1,000 investment. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's see if we, so I'm going to go to, actually, I think I can share this. Let's see what this looks like. I'm going to share this tab. I'm going to go to GoRealDeFi.com. So for those of you that know, GoRealDeFi.com is a great place where there are 6 decentralized protocols that you can use for various things. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so you guys can see it there. This is GoRealDeFi. Big shout out to RH Max, who put this together. He's done a great job. It looks pretty slick, and I really enjoy using it. It's a good user experience. So I'm going to make myself small so you guys can see more of what's going on there. Now I'm going to go to the, in this case, I'm going to go to not the hex. I'm going to go to the exchange. So on the wallet that I'm currently using, which I have just completely doxed myself. All right. Okay. Yeah, well, I saw this out afterwards once it's been published. So what I'm going to do is I want to have a look into, this is what we go through. So there are farms now. The farms exist on version 1. Okay, so version 1 has the farms, and it's from the farms that you can lock things in, and it generates incentive tokens. So there's a lot of people in the community, and not just our community, other communities, they talk about what is effectively the incentive token. So Pancake Swap has one. Uniswap has one as well, and there's an incentive token that you get paid in for putting up your coins as a liquidity in the farms. Now, if there is a requirement to have certain coins in a liquidity pool, then the organizer of that pool will make high APRs available. Okay, but don't just dive at these high APRs. You don't get something for nothing in crypto. The reason you've got a high APR here is that this the founder of this pool, which is Richard Ha, wants is dive from Ethereum against PLS. So in other words, it is the stablecoin DAI linked into PLS. Well, PLS is about to rocket up. So in other words, the amount that you're making per year, 60%, so 0.6 of your 0.6 of your money that you've invested is not going to make up for the massive gains that's going to happen in Pulse. And as Pulse goes up, the stable coin actually, as the Pulse goes up, you'll have less of the PLS in the stablecoin Pulse pair and more of the DAI. So you'll have more of the thing that isn't increasing in value and less of the thing that is increasing in value. Now, if that is likely to come back to the stablecoin ratio that you started at, the stablecoin PLS ratio that you started at, then that's okay, because it means you don't suffer as much impermanent loss. In fact, you don't suffer any impermanent loss. However, if it doesn't come back, then you have impermanent loss. So you're losing out on two things. You're losing out on the value of your bag if it goes the wrong way and never comes back, and you're losing out on the opportunity to have made a lot more money with the more valuable coin that you'd have held. So that's but anyway, so that's why farms always look attractive on the surface, but when you actually dig and understand them, you may not want to go in there unless, like, you're a whale and you've got so many coins you're never going to be able to actually cash out with them. So they pop them in here and they make a different coin. So that's outside of anything that I've ever done before. Remember, this isn't advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to click here on trade. Here under liquidity, you see the liquidity pools. Now, I've only got one running. Okay, and the reason I want to have a look at this, I'm going to check out the totals. So I'm going to write these down now, because this has got back to the ratio that I was in when I first started this pool. Okay, I want to find out what I've earned in real terms, not just kind of theoretical. And how I'll do that is, now I'm back to the ratio. There should be no impermanent loss. Okay, so what I've made is in terms of increased number of coins. I'm not looking at USD value here. I'm looking at the increased number of eHex and pHex that are bound together. Because at the moment, holding eHex on Ethereum when I'm not staking it is a losing position, because I'm losing because of the inflation of the HEX system, which is 3.69. We've heard that quoted. What it means is the interest rate of the whole system is increased by, or the value of the whole system is increased by 3.69, and that's generated, that's coins being printed. So in other words, that's inflation. So if you're not making 3.69%, then you are going backwards. Okay, so I've taken my eHex out of Ethereum because it's too expensive to stake it, and I'm not comfortable staking it at the moment. I brought it into pHex, I bonded it with pHex, and I'm letting those traders and those ratio traders that want to do that to go backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. And every time they do that, I get a little cut of their trade. And then the idea is that as things go up and down, I lose money, I gain money, I lose money on different, not lose money. I don't lose money until actually I sell it, until I come out of the pair. And now I'm back. So now could be a really good time to come out. As eHex has made such a massive swing, maybe it is a good time to come out. Or maybe I'm happy to, I'm long anyway. So if I'm long and I'm going to stay in the system for that long, then maybe I'm going to stay there. I'm going to think about that and I'll work that out. And if it's of any value to you guys, I can share it in the future. So just put a comment down below. Are you enjoying what's going on at the moment? Is it too much? Is it not enough? Do you want to know more about Monaco? Do you want to know more about crypto outside of the Richard Hart ecosystem, or you're quite happy with this? All right. So throw some comments in the chats, guys. So really easy. Boop the like, spank the subscribe, do it gently, ding the notification bell to all. And on the next time I drop one of these ad hoc videos, you'll be amongst the first to get it. The other place to catch me is on X. Here it is here. And here's my friend Somi. Look, speak of the devil, he's breaking news. Okay, yeah, so Somi's all into PDI. It's not something that I've got into. I've got enough of my bags tied up. I've just got the core coins, HEX, PLSX. I have some incentive coin, which I've mined because I'm a big believer in not making profit from the work of others, and that's why I'm doing this stream. So if you guys appreciate it, if you've got some value, then you can do some work by booping the like, spanking the subscribe, dinging the notification bell to all, and sharing this with other friends that might find it useful. Okay, so we're just going to wind up the show. We're going to actually go to the Rabby wallet. We're going to go to the Monte Carlo or Bust wallet to see what the heck is going on. So just 1 second, folks. I may have to switch. In fact, there is no may. I will have to switch windows. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay. So I was back on there. Sorry, was I talking and not sharing that, guys? If you've seen me, okay, and if you've seen the videos, not videos, you've seen the screens I was talking about, put a C in the comments. Put a C for clear in the comments. That'd be fantastic. If the sound is clear, then C for clear would be great. Okay. Okay, looks like I unshared some stuff there. Okay. Right, so if you didn't see that, let me share screen. Right, I think you guys saw this earlier. So I was showing you this. I went into the exchange. I went to trades. I went to liquidity providing. This is connected to my wallet. So it shows me my eHex, pHex liquidity pairs there. I click on that. I got like 37,000 eHex and 7,000 pHex. Okay, I think it's about $8,000, but I'll have to do the maths on that. And yeah, and I've just noted those numbers down. That's all I've done. I'm going to work the maths and see what I put in originally. In my notebook, I wrote down what I invested originally in my spreadsheet. And now I know what I've got, and I want to see what it's been worth. And I have the dates, so I know what time period it's over as well. So I can work out an APR that I've actually, because it says my share of the pool is 0.02%, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't know how big the pool is, although I guess I could probably find somewhere. I'm not sure how to do that. If anyone knows how to find the size of your liquidity pool on PulseX, do fire the info my way. I would love that. Okay, right. Now let's go to the last piece of the puzzle. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing that. We're going to go to the control panel and share the screen. Okay, yeah, that's the one. Right, okay, here we go. So this is the Rabby wallet on the Monte Carlo Bust. So there it is, the top Monte Carlo Bust. So we start off at $1,000. That was 12th of September. Okay, so we are just coming to the beginning of December. So 2.5 months. We're up, holy cow, 3.2x. So that's 300%, 400%. No. I don't know. It goes one way or the other. So, right, we're up at 3.2x, which 100% is one. So, yeah, that's 220%. So, 220% increase. All right. So, that is very nice, but we still have a little ways to go. Yeah, guys. And just a reminder how we did this. I took $1,000, 500. I put into Pulsechain PLS, so the ticker is PLS and it's Pulsechain. So I put 500 into the spear. I put 250 into eHex. So that's the hex on Ethereum. And I put 250 into pHex. That is the hex on Pulsechain. The reason I did that is I want to do some liquidity providing and show you some liquidity providing and how it works and how it kind of feeds back. Whether that's the right strategy for now in this pool, I don't feel it is. But obviously, I'm happy with the gains, which have just been gains from the increase of value. Remember, we bought on the 12th of September, which was the low for HEX, or one of the very local lows. eHex was at 0.001, so 1/10 of a penny. And now it's up to just coming up to 0.5 of a penny. Okay, so it's a 5x from there. Okay, and actually, if we look at our assets here, which you might not be able to see because it's the pop-up on Rabbi, and I don't think that shows up in this view. Oh my goodness, in fact, you might not even be seeing it. Oh, you're not. Oh, crumbs. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I was showing you the wallet. I'm going to have to go to the never-ending screen, which is the whole screen. Right, I'm going to share the whole screen. Okay, and we're going to jump across to, there we go. So you should be able to see that now. I'm going to trust that you can, because I can't actually look at it on mine because I just lose it. So here we are. This is $3,245. So that's from our initial $1,000 investment. But as you know, if you look to the previous shows, the early shows, I never actually made $1,000 because by the time you pay for gas, it was around about 992. There we go. So we've got 48,000 pHex, 223,000 eHex. Okay, so we've got assets on both the Ethereum blockchain and the Pulse blockchain. Okay, and also the main investment, is the 13 million Pulse on Pulsechain. Okay, there's a little bit of ETH in there. I needed that to get across the ETH chain. Okay, and I will keep you abridged. So all in all, we can see that we've got a 4x on Ethereum, and we've got a 4x on Pulsechain as well. So there we go. So I 250 invested via HEX in Ethereum. We've got a 4x there, and we've got just over a 4x on Pulsechain because we had. No, in fact, I'm correct. I'm wrong. So I had 500 plus I had 750 there. So that's. Okay, that's like a 25, 750, so 1, 2, almost a 2x there. Okay, right then, guys. Anyway, I hope that has been of some interest. Gives you an idea how to get things like liquidity providing going, how to invest in assets. If you're looking to work out how to buy altcoins, so coins that aren't Bitcoin, coins that aren't as obviously easy to buy through places like Coinbase, because by going off the beaten track, that's where you get the real gems. So for me, the gems are on Pulsechain, they're in HEX, on Ethereum, HEX in Pulsechain, PLS, PLSX, and various other coins. There's actually a whole bunch of cool meme coins. So, not that I'm hugely into them, but I've got like a couple of dollars, literally, well, not literally a couple of dollars, but literally like $40 in a couple of different meme coins just for S&Gs. Not what I do. I'm not really interested in it, but it's nice just for the education, actually, not S&Gs, it's for the education. Right, guys, on that note, I hope that has been of some use to you. I do need to go to bed. I have a very busy day tomorrow back at work, my real work. I am, of course, a chiropractor. I've actually got an inspection tomorrow, and I've got a ton of marketing to do. So I'm super excited about that. I'm super excited you came to join us. I'm going to get out of this, stop this sharing because it's driving me, but there we go. And on that note, I will see you adieu. Just throw a comment in the chat. Oh, we got a couple there. Daddy Hexler, man, you are a hardworking dude. I've been following you. And yeah, nice to, from Sydney. Jesus, man. So it's 2 o'clock. It's not 2 o'clock in the morning. It's coming up to 1 o'clock in the morning there, Daddy Hexler here. And it's nice to be able to share with some of you fine folk down in the Australasias. So welcome. Right. Okay, let's get that up there. There's a good one there. Thanks, Dirty Hexler. Looking good, man. Looking good. Like the like the workout, man. And love the work ethic. Okay, 18 hours a day is easy for you, man. And love the family ethic as well. Right. Okay, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed that. Come back. Put a comment down below if you're watching the replay. And actually, you do need to subscribe to me now because I work during the day. I can't do this. I can't do this as regularly as I like to. I was hoping to do it 12 o'clock on Sundays, but that's just not working because business comes first. Well, family, God, and then business. But anyway, guys, enough of that. Love to use and your families. Come back and join me next time. Just sub, and then when it pops up, you'll see. And let's get going. Have some fun. And hopefully I can get some of you guys on and I can get on to check out. I've been invited to a few other places, so you'll see me out and about. Right. Okay. So just to see us out, there is the one and the only.
Bitcoin dropped 75, Ethereum dropped 85, Hex dropped 95. Which one do you think is going to get up the hardest?
Thank you. Please pull forward